Women start missing you when you do this. Dark psychology secrets. Have you ever wondered why some men leave a lasting impression while others fade away? It's not just about looks or wealth, it's about psychology. Emotional longing doesn't happen by chance. It's triggered by specific psychological cues that leave a powerful imprint on the mind. At the heart of every relationship is emotion. When you create a unique emotional connection, you become unforgettable. It's not about constant presence, but about tapping into the emotional wiring of the brain. Missing someone is the result of meaningful experiences and intentional interaction. Psychology shows there are ways to make someone think of you even when you're not around. These aren't manipulative tricks but timeless principles that activate feelings of curiosity, anticipation, and emotional highs, building attachment. By mastering this, you can make your absence almost unbearable. The goal is not to play games, but to understand how human emotions work and create lasting connections. Learn how to create emotional highs, build meaningful memories, and balance connection with distance. Apply these principles, and you'll make any woman miss you in ways she never expected. Ready to become unforgettable? Let's dive into these powerful secrets. Secret number 1, the power of emotional absence. There's a universal truth in human behavior: people desire what they can't always have. This is known as the psychology of scarcity, and it plays a powerful role in relationships. When something, or someone, is always available, their presence can become predictable, even taken for granted. On the other hand, when there's a sense of distance or unavailability, curiosity and longing take over. Emotional absence, when used wisely, taps into this principle to create a sense of longing that keeps her thinking about you. Reducing your availability isn't about playing games or being manipulative, it's about creating space for appreciation. When you're always present, there's little room for her to reflect on what makes you special. Emotional space acts as a mirror, giving her the opportunity to recognize your value and miss the moments you share. It's like stepping away from a beautiful painting. Only with distance can you truly appreciate its intricate details. So, how does this work in practice? Imagine having a meaningful conversation with her, one that leaves her feeling good about herself or intrigued by something you shared. Instead of dragging the conversation on or immediately following up, step back. Allow her the time to process the emotions tied to that interaction. Let her relive the words you exchanged, the feelings you evoked. This creates a mental loop where she starts associating those positive feelings with you, even in your absence. Another strategy is to avoid being the one who always initiates contact. While it may feel natural to reach out frequently, it's important to let her take the lead at times. When you're constantly the first to call or text, it can come across as predictable, reducing the emotional impact of your presence. Instead, wait and see if she reaches out. This subtle shift can make her realize how much she values your presence when it's not always guaranteed. But it's essential to strike a balance. Absence doesn't mean indifference. It's not about ignoring her or being cold, it's about creating just enough space to foster curiosity and appreciation. Think of it as seasoning a dish: too little, and it's bland; too much, and it's overwhelming. When applied thoughtfully, emotional absence adds depth and flavor to your connection. The beauty of this principle lies in its ability to make her crave your presence without you having to force anything. By stepping back, you're giving her the chance to miss you on her own terms. It's in this space that she starts to reflect on your uniqueness, the way you make her feel, and the qualities that set you apart from others. You're no longer just someone she spends time with, you become someone she looks forward to being with. When you master the power of emotional absence, you're not pulling away to create distance, you're allowing her to come closer emotionally. You're giving her the space to think about you, to feel your absence, and to recognize the impact of your presence. It's a subtle yet powerful way to deepen emotional attachment and leave a lasting impression. Secret number 2, triggering nostalgia and emotional memories. The human brain is wired to hold on to strong emotions, and it often ties these emotions to specific people, places, or experiences. This is the foundation of nostalgia, a powerful force that can make someone unforgettable. When emotions run high, whether through joy, excitement, or even vulnerability, the brain creates an emotional imprint. This imprint acts like a bookmark, linking the feelings to the person who was present at the time. By intentionally creating these moments, you can anchor her thoughts to you in a way that keeps you lingering in her mind long after the moment has passed. Nostalgia is a unique type of longing. It doesn't just bring back memories, it reactivates the emotions tied to those memories. Think about a favorite song from your past. Hearing it doesn't just remind you of the time, it transports you back to how you felt in that moment. Now imagine being the person associated with that kind of emotional replay. By creating meaningful experiences together, you embed yourself in her emotional memory, making her think of you whenever those feelings resurface. Creating these moments doesn't require grand gestures, even small, intentional acts can leave a deep impact. For instance, playing a song during a memorable experience can later serve as a trigger for nostalgia. Imagine sitting together during a quiet evening and playing a song that perfectly captures the mood. Every time she hears that song, she'll remember that moment with you, reliving the emotions tied to it. This kind of imprinting ensures that you remain a part of her emotional landscape. Another way to create these anchors is through shared, unique experiences. An inside joke, for example, might seem insignificant at the moment, but over time, it becomes a symbol of your bond. Every time she recalls that joke, she's not just thinking about the humor but also about the connection you shared. Similarly, a thoughtful gesture, a handwritten note, a meaningful compliment, or even a small token, can act as a tangible reminder of your presence and the emotions tied to it. The key is to make these moments personal and authentic. The more unique and meaningful the experience, the stronger the emotional imprint. When the brain associates a positive emotion with a specific person, it creates a loop. She replays the memory, relives the emotion, and ties it back to you. Over time, this leads to longing. Missing you becomes inevitable because those memories keep bringing her back to you. This isn't just about making her smile in the moment, it's about creating lasting associations that linger in her mind. Emotional imprinting works because the brain doesn't prioritize facts, it prioritizes feelings. She might not remember every detail of a conversation or every activity you shared, but she will remember how you made her feel. By focusing on creating positive, memorable moments, you ensure that those feelings are tied to you. The beauty of this approach is its subtlety. You're not demanding attention or forcing connections, you're simply being present in a way that leaves a lasting impact. Whether it's a shared laugh, a thoughtful gesture, or a meaningful conversation, these moments accumulate and build a reservoir of memories that she'll draw from when you're not around. Triggering nostalgia and emotional memories is one of the most effective ways to make someone miss you. It's about leaving a piece of yourself in her mind and heart, a piece that she'll keep returning to in moments of reflection. When done right, these imprints become the cornerstone of emotional attachment, ensuring that you're not just someone she remembers, you're someone she can't stop thinking about. Ready to explore another powerful tool? Let's dive into the allure of mystery and unpredictability. Secret number 3, the appeal of mystery and unpredictability. There's something undeniably captivating about the unknown. Mystery sparks curiosity, and curiosity fuels attraction. When someone doesn't reveal everything about themselves all at once, it leaves space for the imagination to fill in the gaps. This sense of intrigue is a powerful psychological trigger that keeps women invested and thinking about you even when you're not around. Unpredictability, when combined with mystery, heightens this effect by making your presence exciting and dynamic. The psychology behind this lies in how the brain reacts to uncertainty. When everything about a person is predictable or fully known, the brain stops engaging as deeply. It's like a puzzle that's already solved, there's no longer a challenge, no sense of discovery. On the other hand, when there's a degree of unpredictability, the brain stays engaged, seeking to figure out what's next. The more she wonders about you, the more mental energy she invests, creating a deeper emotional connection. Revealing everything about yourself too quickly can dull emotional attraction. When you overshare your thoughts, experiences, or plans early on, you risk eliminating the element of intrigue. It's not about withholding important information, it's about pacing what you share and ensuring that each piece of yourself is revealed intentionally. This creates a journey of discovery that keeps her engaged and intrigued over time. To maintain an air of mystery, it's important to share selectively. For example, instead of detailing every aspect of your goals and experiences, focus on sharing only the highlights or the most impactful parts. Let her ask questions and uncover more about you gradually. This approach not only maintains her curiosity but also makes her feel more involved in getting to know the real you. She'll appreciate the effort of uncovering layers of your personality rather than having everything laid out from the start. Unpredictability plays a complementary role in enhancing mystery. Being spontaneous with your plans and actions adds an element of excitement to your interactions. Avoid falling into routines or being overly predictable in your responses and behavior. For instance, rather than always planning dinner at the same place or sticking to a rigid schedule, surprise her with something different, a spontaneous trip to a park, an unexpected compliment, or a sudden change in plans. These small, unpredictable moments make your presence exciting and leave her wondering what you'll do next. It's also important to understand the balance between mystery and openness. Too much mystery can come across as aloof or disinterested, while too much predictability can lead to boredom. The goal is to keep her intrigued while also being authentic and genuine. This means being transparent about your intentions and values but keeping certain details or plans to yourself until the right moment. By doing so, you strike the perfect balance between being accessible and maintaining an edge of intrigue. Mystery doesn't mean being secretive or manipulative, it means allowing her to discover you in a way that feels organic and exciting. When you leave room for her to wonder and imagine, you create a dynamic where your absence becomes just as compelling as your presence. The unknown is often more intriguing than the known, and the anticipation of learning more about you keeps her thoughts focused on you. Ready for the next step? Let's explore how emotional highs and lows can deepen her attachment and make her miss you even more. Secret number 4, emotional push and pull. Relationships are like waves, they thrive on motion and rhythm. The concept of emotional push and pull captures this perfectly. It involves alternating between moments of deep connection, the push, and periods of brief withdrawal, the pull. This dynamic creates emotional highs and small, temporary lows that keep the relationship exciting and full of anticipation. When done thoughtfully, this push-pull rhythm can deepen emotional attachment and make her think about you even more. Psychologically, the brain craves contrast. Emotional highs, like moments of closeness and affection, create a rush of dopamine, the feel-good chemical that reinforces attachment. But when these highs are followed by brief periods of distance or anticipation, the brain starts longing for the next high. This cycle of connection and withdrawal mimics natural human interactions and triggers the same mechanisms that make us miss someone when they're not around. To apply this principle ethically, the key is to be intentional with both your closeness and your withdrawal. For example, when you're spending time together, be fully present and attentive. Show genuine interest in what she says, share meaningful thoughts, and make her feel valued. These moments of deep connection create emotional highs that leave a positive imprint on her mind. However, instead of overstaying in that closeness, step back afterward. Focus on yourself, your hobbies, or your personal goals. This brief withdrawal allows her to process the emotions from your interaction and reflect on your value in her life. Another way to create this dynamic is by delaying responses to messages or plans. This doesn't mean ignoring her or playing games, it's about creating anticipation. For instance, if she sends you a message, instead of responding immediately, take some time. Let her wonder what you might be doing. The delay builds curiosity and heightens her appreciation when you do reply. Similarly, when planning time together, avoid being overly predictable. Instead of locking in plans too far in advance, leave a little room for spontaneity. This unpredictability adds an element of excitement to your interactions. The push-pull dynamic works because it mirrors the brain's natural reward system. Studies on emotional attachment show that dopamine spikes are most intense when rewards are intermittent and not guaranteed. This principle explains why a mix of closeness and distance can feel so compelling. It keeps the brain engaged and craving the next interaction. The anticipation of what's to come creates a heightened sense of longing, making your presence feel even more rewarding. It's important to strike a balance here. The push-pull approach is not about manipulation or creating unnecessary drama. The purpose of withdrawal isn't to cause anxiety or frustration, it's to give space for reflection and to make the moments of connection even more meaningful. By stepping back intentionally, you create an environment where she has the chance to miss you without feeling neglected. Secret number 5, self-assurance and purpose. Confidence is undeniably attractive. It's the quiet assurance in someone's demeanor, the unshakable belief in their own worth, and the clear sense of direction in their life that draws others in. When you are self-assured and living with purpose, you naturally radiate a magnetic energy that women find compelling. This isn't about arrogance or bravado, it's about showing that you know who you are and what you want, even without external validation. Such independence doesn't just attract women, it makes you unforgettable. Psychologically, people are drawn to those who have a strong sense of self. When a man is confident and focused on his goals, it signals to others that he is secure in his identity and capable of navigating life's challenges. This stability is not only admirable but also creates an emotional pull. Women respect and admire a man who doesn't rely on others for validation because it demonstrates resilience and self-sufficiency, qualities that are universally attractive. One of the most powerful aspects of self-assurance is the ability to set and maintain boundaries. Being clear about what you will and won't tolerate isn't just an act of self-respect, it shows others that you value your time and energy. For instance, if you're always available at the expense of your own priorities, it can convey neediness. On the other hand, when you politely decline plans that interfere with your goals or say no to things that don't align with your values, it signals confidence. This makes your time and presence feel more meaningful and valuable. Having a sense of purpose amplifies this effect. Pursuing passions, hobbies, or career goals that genuinely fulfill you not only enhances your confidence but also makes your life more interesting and inspiring to others. When you're driven by something bigger than yourself, you naturally exude an energy of ambition and focus. This creates an emotional impact because it shows that your life doesn't revolve around anyone else, you're already complete. This independence doesn't push women away, instead, it draws them closer because they see you as someone they want to be around and support. The connection between self-assurance, purpose, and longing is simple. When a woman sees your independence and focus, she'll admire your qualities and miss your presence when you're not around. Your confidence becomes a reminder of what she values about you, and your sense of purpose serves as a foundation for the emotional connection you share. When she thinks about the time you've spent together, it's not just the moments that matter, it's the way you inspire her with your passion and direction. Becoming someone unforgettable is about more than just being present, it's about leaving a lasting emotional impact. By mastering the 5 secrets, emotional absence, nostalgia, mystery, push and pull dynamics, and self-assurance, you create a connection that lingers long after you're gone. Each of these elements taps into human psychology, ensuring that your presence is cherished and your absence deeply felt. The power of emotional absence allows space for reflection, while nostalgia ensures she replays the special moments you've shared. Mystery keeps her intrigued, always wanting to know more, and the push and pull dynamic keeps the relationship alive with anticipation. Most importantly, your self-assurance and sense of purpose inspire admiration, making you someone worth missing. These strategies aren't about manipulation or playing games, they're about understanding how to build genuine, meaningful bonds. When applied with authenticity and respect, they create a connection that feels natural and enduring.